To the NBA, Matt. Celtics visiting the Clippers. So let's go to Los Angeles. And how about those Celtics? They've easily been the best team in basketball all season long. This is a challenge for them last night, though. This is second quarter. Jason Tatum using the screen. He pulls up for three. It's not going to go. And that was really emblematic of the start for Boston. Here, switch, pulls up for the jumper, does Jaylen Brown, and that one's no good. They scored 47 points in the first half, a season low for a first half for them. They hadn't been held under 50 once this season. Does it pick up in the second half? Third quarter early on, Paul George for the Clippers goes to work on Marcus Smart, sinks that one. So Clippers are up by 10 in this one. A minute later, this is Kawhi Leonard, who's been injured for much of this season and all of last season, pulls up for that one in transition. Now it's 71-57, gets the inbound. And Kawhi burying the fadeaway jumper. Look at this one again. That's a tough shot. He had 20 points through three quarters, marking his first 20-point game this season. Clippers up 88-72. 9 to go, and it's Paul George driving. All right, PG. He had 26 points. They'll take it as the Clippers continue to roll over Boston here. And Kawhi one more time, this time over Jaylen Brown. They win 113-93. 25 points for Kawhi. Very efficient, too. 10 of 12 from the floor. Celtics had only 46 points total in the second half. So bad night overall for them. They scored just 93, including 41 between Tatum and Brown. That ties a season low when both are on the court together. They also shot just 9 of 39 from three. Do that math, that's 23%. That's not going to win you games. And it was their largest loss of the season so far, 20 points. Let's say hello now to our NBA analyst, Tim Legler. And Tim, okay, as bad as the Celtics were, people can have an off night, right? But I think we need to give the Los Angeles Clippers some credit here. In particular, defensively. What did Ty Lue have his ball club do defensively to slow down this team?
Yeah, Sage, clearly the Celtics didn't have a great shooting night, and they missed some shots that they've been making to this point in the season pretty much every night. But you got to give the Clippers credit in a couple areas. Two things you have to do against Boston. You've got to defend the three-point line, and you've got to defend transition, because that is where they absolutely murder teams. And if you look at the Clippers and what they did last night, one fast break point for the Celtics, and you look at the last two big wins for Boston against Brooklyn and Phoenix, they had 36 fast break points combined in those two games. Last night, 1. The other area I mentioned, the three-point line. Take a look at those two games I just mentioned against Brooklyn and Phoenix. The Boston Celtics were a plus 42 from the three-point line in those two games. Last night, they actually were operating at a deficit, -3 from out there. So the Clippers held their own from the three-point line, and it's such a critical component against them. And you did that by being efficient offensively. Kawhi Leonard, clearly the best game he has had since he came back. Paul George played well, but I think the length of their defenders did help in this one. And having Kawhi healthy and back is critical with Paul George and Morris and Batum. All of those guys could guard Tatum and Brown, and they held Jason Tatum to a pretty pedestrian night by his standards, because right now you're talking about a guy that's been almost unstoppable all year. Give the Clippers credit. They had a good defensive game plan. Boston contributed with having an off night. It all adds up to the Clippers getting, so far, I think, a signature win for them this season.
Yeah, it really was. And they're currently in the 7th spot in a very crowded Western Conference. They have the next 4 at home starting tomorrow night against the Timberwolves. Keep an eye on the Clippers, and also the Lakers, by the way, host the Boston Celtics. We'll see if Boston can bounce back at Staples Center tonight. Tim Legler, thank you.